Jeffrey Epstein's birthday book. You might be asking yourself, what the hell is a birthday book? It is apparently something Jeffrey Epstein has as part of the evidence against him. You know, well-known and convicted, the most famous pedophile of all time. The contents of Epstein's birthday book, called The First 50 Years, Volume 1. This is a Midas Touch thread, and as it says here, and I'm going to warn my audience, if you don't want to know the predilections of people that are friends with the most famous pedophile of all time, and the art or things they said to him, you should not watch this video. But I suspect that you're here because you do want to know the grotesque and weird things that Jeffrey Epstein and his pals were up to as they sent each other, no joke, crazy little messages to each other, like, you know, like they were winking and smiling at each other like they knew something nobody else did, and we're like messaging each other weird things. This is one of many. We're going to go through a lot of these, okay? By now, you may have seen this page. Epstein, a longtime Mar-a-Lago member, joking about selling a fully depreciated woman to Donald Trump for $22,500. Jeffrey showing early talents with money and women. Sells fully depreciated, her name, to Donald Trump for $22,500. Showed early people skills, too. Whoa. Even though I handled the deal, I didn't get any of the money or the girl. A longtime Mar-a-Lago member, this guy. Hilarious. Trump and Clinton both get a mention together here. Before Jeffrey, I was a 22-year-old divorcee working as a hostess in a hotel restaurant. After Jeffrey, I lived in New York City, have traveled to Paris, London, Milan, Copenhagen, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Stockholm. Wow. Don't care. I have met Prince Andrew, President Clinton, Sultan of Brunei, Donald Trump, Antonio Verglas, Naomi Campbell, Stephanie Seymour, Peter Brandt, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, brilliant scientists, lawyers, and businessmen. I have flown on the Concorde, gone skydiving, taken flying lessons, been scuba diving, parasailing, attended the Victoria's Secret fashion show, seen the private quarters of Buckingham Palace, sat on the Queen of England's throne, rode a racetrack with Max Pappas, learned countless skills. Cool. He groomed me. What a great country. Is this depicting Epstein grooming young children? Dear Jeffrey, happy 50th. Airplane, birthday, girls, I guess? From a guy named Joel? 1983, 2000. Yo, what? How much fucking more on the nose does it have to get than this shit? This is the most pedophile particles you can get without it being like TOS, I think. I think this is pretty much like what's happening here. They have his name or his initials tattooed. Dude, 908JE. Dude, they know his fucking plane. They know it. Two very young girls, probably just 17, and we're riding in my father's caddy, Park Avenue, top down, smooching it up in the car, drop dead laughing. Cool, man. This is from his book, Girls on My Boat. We picked up girls on a beach, went out on boat. I tell them with knife in my hand to take suits off, but Warren Buffett, maybe, tells don't worry, his name is JN. He's just joking. He lives at so-and-so. I tell Mark to throw him into water. He did. So Jeffrey Epstein has admitted evidence. This is like a serial killer's book. What are these weird handprints on his shirt? This is creepy too. Even the shirt's creepy. By the way, at knife point, I told people to get naked in front of me. Castaways Volume 1. I was porking some girl in bed, and Jeff brings in the maid to make bed. She left screaming and never came back. We're both in bed porking some girls. I said, what do you think, while he's shoving penicillin down my throat. This might be the first real quality use of the word debauched in some time. This is truly debauched shit. So anyway, Donald Trump hung out with this guy all the fucking time. All the time. This is insane shit. Oh, good. The caption here is just, what the fuck? Great. I don't know what I'm about to read, content warning for whatever the fuck. Johnny Boy Kafka? This is from 2003, Dallas, Texas. Dearest Jeff, 50 years old. You really have a pretty. Wait, let me get this bigger. You really have had a pretty amazing life. Amazing because of where and when it started. Paula and Seymour fucking? Like his parents? Who was there to tell him where to stick it? Who told him to spit on her cunt to make it wet? What the fuck? Wait, does he think you have to spit on it or else it won't ever get wet? I have a feeling this predator probably has never felt mutual attraction. Maybe they had more on the ball than we all give them credit for. Anyway, cool, man. From the night back in May of 1953, as they lay there intoxicated from their lovemaking, little did they know what they would be bringing into the world early the next year. This guy's illiterate. Let's fast forward to you. I remember summers when Warren would always work some shit-ass job, Nathan's, for minimum wage. I would always find something, male ego in Brighton Beach, and Frog would too, Cabana Boy. But you, Jeff, would never work. Yes, you were special. You did things like music camps in Michigan, etc. Which brings me to when you lost your virginity. What the fuck? You may not remember, but I was under the same roof that could New Year's Eve in 66 or 67, not sure. The first time I ever flew was with you. I went with you to Michigan to visit your friend, who was redacted, the Interlochen girl from New Year's Eve. It was also the first time I had ever laid eyes on a bright, attractive, bubbly, blue-eyed Midwestern female. This Johnny Boy Kafka, whoever the fuck wrote this is a real sicko. She was like an alien to me. She wasn't Jewish or Italian. Wasn't she your first? My first was up in Monticello, where I spent part of the summer with Lloyd and Andy working at Playland Arcade in Monticello. Like Thomas Jefferson's house? Or somewhere else. It was Lloyd's girlfriend? Anyway, back to the Michigan trip because it was significant. Jeff, you took me with you. It was my first time out of Brooklyn. It was no big deal, but we went, and nobody else ever went anywhere back when and where we came from. I'm going to close that. I don't think they have normal relationships with women, guys. I don't know. I don't know if him and his friends can be normal. What the fuck am I looking at now? Are you sure this will make my winky grow? Oh my, never seen those pants before. Waiting for my foot massage. I guess he's going to Chinatown for dick pills. This section labeled children. Oh, good. Cool. I'm sure. You're a meatball! Alright. Children. One day, Uncle F decided to go pee-pee. He had never seen pee-pee in his life. This looks like a child's handwriting. What the fuck? Why are these in the book with all the other stuff? I'm not going to read whatever's in that. You guys can read that. I'm not going to try to. The section labeled children. Great. Read this. Ugh. Oh, good. Great. They look like criminals? That's crazy. Kind of looks like Geraldo Rivera. Finally, at the home of our friend. Let's call him Mr. Brown. Jeffrey unveiled his plan. To some, it may have seemed like a get-rich-quick scheme, but to me it was pure genius. Rob and kill was the name of the plan. The first victim, blank, to be attacked and brutally plundered. Would she want more than that? On the boardwalk in Venice Beach, broad daylight, the dastardly thieves were never caught. Postscript, I retired from the life, but I recently read an article in the New York which made me lead to believe that my old friend Mr. E had continued on and become an industry leader. There's a lot of crimes being talked and winked about in this. My suspicion is that... Okay, my hope and suspicion is that... Was it the first victim? So naming the first victim, surely it was... Like, they were just role-playing together and these two kinky guys just... like doing pretending to be little criminals, right? But then I retired from the life, but Mr. Epstein had continued on to become an industry leader. Is this crimes? This feels like crime. I mean, he went away to prison. Who's this fucking guy? Should he go too? What's he got going on? Who's that look like? Anyone we know? Okay. This is harrowing. Alan Dershowitz. What a sicko. Oh, great. Alan Dershowitz. Okay, I just want to make sure I can look at whatever I'm looking at. December 11th, 2002. Ooh, post 9/11. Nice. Dear Jeffrey, as a birthday gift to you, I managed to obtain an early version of the Vanity Unfair article. I talked to them into changing the focus from you to Bill Clinton, as you will see from the enclosed excerpt. Happy birthday and best regards. Was it Jeffrey Epstein? Al Qaeda in South America financed by Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein stole my heart. Bring it on, Jeffrey. Consume me, Jeffrey. Knock me, Jeffrey. Nicole Kidman bears her soul. Jeffrey Epstein's bloody summer. Jeffrey's fucking rampage. Everything's edited to say it was Jeffrey Epstein. That is pretty fucking weird. Like a serial killer. Okay, great. Here's a story from Bill Elkus, whoever that is. It's no secret that Jeffrey appreciates beautiful women, but not many people know that he can create them out of thin air. At least he did in Iowa in 1988. At the time, I was managing the money of the Zimmerman family, and they lived in Fairfield, Iowa, a town of less than 10,000 people between Ottumwa and Burlington. Hog farming is a serious industry there, and many feel there is more than a little truth to the saying that it's hard to tell the difference between the girls and the hogs in southeast Iowa. Oh, good. I had invited Jeffrey to come to Fairfield to see our investment operations, meet the Zimmerman family, and learn more about the major charitable projects. He asked about the nightlife, and we could only laugh as we dropped him off at the local motel. The next morning, a group of 4 of us picked up Jeffrey to give him a tour of the area. At our first stop, we parked in front of a bookstore. As we were getting out of the car, a spectacular tall blonde woman suddenly came out of the store, walked directly past us, and up to Jeffrey and announced, "I'm new to this area. What's going on?" It turned out she was a sales representative for a firm selling academic branded athletic clothing, and she was literally driving through Iowa visiting local campuses. Jeffrey invited her to join us and did his magic. Within a few hours, he'd invited her to return to New York with him for the weekend. At least she's an adult in this. That's an upgrade. The guys in the car were astonished to even see such an attractive lady in Fairfield, amazed that she passed over them to meet Jeff, and were speechless when she agreed to come to New York. I'll admit to wondering at the time whether Jeffrey somehow arranged the whole episode through some long-distance escort service. It's what it sounds like. But the following week, I happened to be in Manhattan, and Jeffrey asked me to give her a ride back in our company plane, giving me a chance to speak with her for a few hours. She was the real McCoy. Happy birthday, Jeff. Best wishes, Bill Elkus. A lot about him fucking, and not always adults. Photos of animals having sex, along with photos of their genitalia. Oh, good. For any of you guys that are into zebra sex, you guys can click on that. Jeffrey at a half century. Who is that bum over there? Why, it's Jeffrey, I declare, the man of means, in sweatshirt and jeans, at a black tie formal affair. To add to life's piquancy, Jeffrey with increasing frequency. On any occasion, with little persuasion, will outrage the public decency. Oh, good. I have heard that Jeffrey will act with morals, decorum, and tact, with honor, goodwill, and truth, but forsooth, this information may be inexact. As far as I can detect, Jeffrey seems to select to express his mood terms rude, crude, and lewd, and politically incorrect. Jeffrey, at half a century, with credentials plenipotentiary, threw up to no good, whenever he could, has avoided the penitentiary. Not really. Not really. So everyone knows. I mean, you could just see that every single fucking person knows. Stewie, by the way, whoever that is. Every single one of them. Anyone who's friends with the guy knows. They're all winking at it. Dear Jeffrey, I wanted to get you what you want, so here it is. A depiction of peeps. A lot of messages seem very coded, leaving you with some interesting friends to extraction instead. What is this? Extinguish? No. Or in one of his glorious homes he likes to share with his friends. Yum, yum. One of his glorious homes he likes to share with his friends. Yum, yum. The yum, yum. Like everybody draws the Epstein Island. Everybody knows. Tit prints. Commissioned by Henry Rossi, former faculty of arts and sciences dean at Harvard, died in 2022. Maxwell had said he received messages at Epstein's home in New York. Great. Specially commissioned. That's a butt. Jizzies? There's a whole lot to take in here. Okay. What in the fuck is this? Jizzies, a highly excited and distracted state of mind. Peekaboo? Peekaboo? Who's watching who? Not a cloud in the sky. Someone's redacted. To a collector of more than beautiful minds, air quotes, he whom appreciates architecture, undulating landscapes, beauty marks, and all this is blocked out. I understood years ago after Jelaine came to Palm Beach horse show looking for what I thought was a horse that she was on a mission for a collection of breast photos, a compilation, of course, for you. What the fuck? Dude, they were freaks. Freaks. I came to see you some months later. You told me to take off my top with the usual Epstein smile. You looked at my breasts and said, yeah, I was right. Memory served you correctly. The beauty mark was on the right breast. One quotable memory. To a true friend with whom I have shared many complicities, I love you and wish you the best next 50 years. P.S. I know from the phone exchange some years back you like my brar. So, Jeffrey, which word out of this text do you not understand? Just a beauty mark. What the fuck kind of relationships do these people have? These freaks. They pretend you can't be trans, so they have someone to point at and be like, oh, that's deviancy, so that they can hide behind the cloud that makes, while you guys, they just have to deal with it, and these guys get to do whatever the fuck they want. And it doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter. You're insane. Visiting you down in Palm Beach. Can't get a second of privacy with you and a camera around. Ha. Great. Booby. Happy birthday, you old fart. Don't worry. In your case, gets old. If it gets older, it gets better. The memories. 265. The elevator ride. Bloomy's licensed department. Are you lost? Seagate. The Roots. Buying lingerie. Am I a personal shopper? Chicken soup. Are you Jewish? Who's the floozy? Jewish? A plus. What does he do for a living? Do pigs fly? I have made it. Does Shimila know? Shimi know? A shopping trip with your old and I am Freud. What? A shopping trip. Freud. Thought you might like some bikini shots. Bye-bye. Anyway, there's a whole Google Drive for this. This is some sick shit. And this is just the stuff they can publish that isn't just fucking illegal. This is all your faves named in it, especially in this fucking one. Here's all the people. God. I don't know is it controversial to say that even if the president is in here, he should go to prison for this? I'll let you have Bill Clinton. No. This is sick fucking shit, man. America. What a good place.